Emergency in California, where the governor is asking the White House for help.
7.1 magnitude earthquake has hit Southern California.
In the studio here.
And it is going for quite a bit, everybody.
Southern California are keeping their eye on Imperial County tonight.
The San Andreas Fault, marked by the green line, extends roughly 800 miles from the Salton Sea in Southern California to the northern part of the state, cutting through both coastal and inland areas. Known for splitting California in two and triggering devastating earthquakes, it keeps both Californians and the U.S. government on high alert. Recent discoveries indicate the potential for an even more catastrophic event. When might the San Andreas rupture? Could California sink? Scientists are racing against time to find answers and solutions before a major disaster strikes. Join us as we delve into the alarming signs that the San Andreas Fault is on the verge of breaking and explore what this could mean for California and the rest of the world. For Californians, the San Andreas Fault is synonymous with destruction, evoking memories of powerful earthquakes. This massive fracture runs along North America's western edge, from the northern Gulf of California to San Francisco, following a northwest path for over 800 miles. The constant geological shifts near its base are what make it so feared. The haunting memory of the 1906 earthquake remains vivid, while the 1989 tremor and a subsequent significant eruption in a secondary fault near Los Angeles serve as chilling reminders of its power. Despite some areas not lying directly along the fault line, entire towns remain vulnerable to its seismic activity. Let's explore how the San Andreas Fault could trigger one of the largest tsunamis in history. Communities like Point Reyes Station, Frazier Park, Daly City, Desert Hot Springs, Gorman, San Bernardino, Wrightwood, Palmdale, and Bodega Bay are particularly vulnerable. Concerns among Californians spiked when Thomas Jordan, director of the Southern California Earthquake Center, issued a dire warning about the fault's precarious state. According to him, the San Andreas Fault is in a critical condition and could unleash a devastating earthquake at any time. This recent alert has further heightened public anxiety. In 1857, a 7.9 magnitude earthquake struck along a 185-mile stretch between Monterey County and the San Gabriel Mountains near Los Angeles. Since then, the tension within the San Andreas system has been steadily increasing due to prolonged inactivity. During a statement at the National Seismology Conference in Long Beach, experts emphasized the urgent need for preparedness as Californians remain on edge, wondering when the next earthquake will strike and how severe it will be. The San Andreas Fault is a major tectonic boundary where the Pacific Plate moves northwest relative to the North American Plate. While this movement should relieve approximately 16 feet of plate motion every century, stress has been accumulating for nearly 100 years. Thomas Jordan's warning underscores that the fault is now locked, loaded, and ready to go, suggesting an imminent and significant seismic event. This segment of the San Andreas Fault isn't the only one overdue for an earthquake. In San Bernardino County, near the Cajon Pass, the fault hasn't shifted since an earthquake in 1812. Similarly, the area stretching southeast toward the Salton Sea experienced a period of calm from 1680 to 1690. Geologists have determined that the Pacific Plate's northwest movement relative to the North American Plate is intensifying the situation. Thomas Jordan, director of the Southern California Earthquake Center, advises California to prepare for a magnitude 8 earthquake. He commended Los Angeles for its proactive measures, such as retrofitting apartments and concrete structures, and urged San Bernardino County and other cities to follow suit in becoming earthquake-ready. Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti has been diligently preparing the city for a worst-case earthquake scenario. Jordan praised the city's retrofitting efforts, describing the progress as remarkable given the political challenges. He remarked, "Wow, these adjustments are politically tough." However, despite these efforts, California remains largely unprepared for the catastrophic consequences of a major quake. According to the USGS, a magnitude 7.8 earthquake along the southern San Andreas Fault could result in 50,000 injuries, $200 billion in damages, and long-term disruptions. Residents of Coachella Valley, Inland Empire, and Antelope Valley could feel the impact of a powerful earthquake for up to 2 minutes. In areas like the San Gabriel Valley and East Los Angeles, where sediment amplifies seismic waves, the shaking could be especially intense. A compromised sewer system could remain inoperable for 6 months, potentially resulting in 1,500 fatalities. To mitigate such risks, prioritizing the reinforcement of Los Angeles's vulnerable aqueduct and telecommunication systems is essential. Swift action is crucial to minimize damage and loss of life in the event of a major disaster. The 1857 Fort Tejon earthquake highlights the destructive potential of the San Andreas Fault. This 7.9 magnitude quake originated in Monterey County and traveled south past Fort Tejon to the Cajon Pass in San Bernardino County, earning its name along the way. The 1 to 3 minute tremor caused widespread effects, including soil liquefaction and uprooted trees in Stockton. Although the San Andreas Fault lies 30 miles from downtown Los Angeles, this distance does not ensure the city's safety. Its proximity to the fault system leaves Los Angeles vulnerable to severe shaking during a major earthquake. Thomas Jordan and his team created a magnitude 7.8 shakeout earthquake simulation to illustrate the devastation stretching from the Salton Sea to the San Gabriel Mountains, highlighting the potential impact of seismic waves on Los Angeles. Another simulation modeled ground shaking from northern San Diego County to Barstow. In 2010, the Southern California Earthquake Center used a supercomputer to simulate a magnitude 8 earthquake along the San Andreas Fault. This simulation, inspired by the 1857 quake, showed stronger effects due to soft soil trapping vibrations. The Los Angeles Basin and San Fernando Valley experienced intense shaking. According to Jordan, the region of shaking extended to massive dimensions. The fault's directivity pulse amplified the effects on sedimentary basins such as the San Fernando Valley, Los Angeles Basin, and San Bernardino, resulting in prolonged shaking in Los Angeles. What name should we give the San Andreas Fault in the simulation? According to plate tectonics, the San Andreas Fault marks the boundary between the northern Pacific and North American plates of Earth's crust. This strike-slip fault results from the northern Pacific plate sliding northward past the North American plate. In the early 20th century, this movement ranged from 4 to 6 centimeters per year, while over geologic time, it has averaged around 1 centimeter annually. With such activity, a significant earthquake, often referred to as the next big one, is inevitable. During the 1906 earthquake, some parts of the fault shifted as much as 6.4 meters. While some refer to the San Andreas as a transformed fault, the terminology can be confusing. Picture 2 slices of pizza on a table, one with pepperoni and the other with anchovies. As they slide past each other, bits of pepperoni crumble onto the anchovy slice. Similarly, the San Andreas Fault creates a complex and unpredictable mix of geology and landforms. Despite its destructive potential, tectonic plates typically move just a few inches per year, the same rate at which your fingernails grow. However, this motion isn't steady. At times, the plates become locked, reducing movement to nearly nothing. When the stress finally overcomes the resistance, the plates can slip suddenly, moving several feet and releasing powerful earthquake waves in all directions. The San Andreas Fault is more than just an invisible crack in Earth's crust. It's visible in certain parts of California. You can witness this powerful fault at the Carrizo Plain in San Luis Obispo County. Marin County features the fault's scarps and pressure ridges, though some sections are concealed by brush, alluvium, or have remained inactive for years. In cities like Los Angeles and San Bernardino, roads cut through mountains of fine, powdery crushed rock created by the shifting plates. The San Andreas Fault is a geological wonder, over 30 million years in the making. Through plate movement, rocks from distant places have been brought together, creating diverse rock formations on either side of the fault. For example, the Selenian block of granite in Northern California originated in Southern California, and the Nooch volcanoes in Los Angeles County are part of a volcanic complex that stretches 200 miles southeast to Monterey County. Whether in Northern California or Northern Mexico, the San Andreas Fault stands as a testament to tectonic forces and the beauty of nature. There are many myths and misconceptions about the San Andreas Fault. While it is capable of producing significant earthquakes, the idea of megaquakes with magnitudes of 10 or higher is a fiction. Scientists have found no evidence of a fault long enough to generate such massive earthquakes. At 880 miles long, the San Andreas fault is substantial, but it is not long enough to produce an earthquake of that scale. The magnitude of an earthquake is largely determined by the length of the fault. Longer faults result in stronger quakes. For example, the largest earthquake ever recorded, a magnitude 9.5, occurred along a nearly 1,000-mile fault in Chile,